This video is sponsored by Shokz.
Hey everybody, Josh here. So there's no doubt that active noise canceling earbuds have changed the lives of a lot of people, myself included. Having the ability to drown out noise with a tap of a button is a pretty convenient and powerful feature. However, active noise canceling earbuds are far from perfect. I've tested a lot of them, and a lot of times it can be hard to find one that actually fit your ears well. Not to mention their transparency mode isn't always the best, so I find myself having to take the buds out from time to time, either to talk to somebody or do some other activity. Today we'll be taking a look at a pair of open ear earbuds. These are called the Shokz Openfits. We're gonna be exploring its strengths and weaknesses compared to active noise canceling earbuds, as well as who I think this bud is for. So starting with design, the Shokz Openfits look quite different because of their lack of ear tips. Instead of going in your ears, they sort of just go on your ears with this ear hook. And that's why it has the open ear design, because it doesn't obstruct your ear hole, I guess. Now, the way that this produces sound and gets sound into your ears is with this pod right here that houses all of the drivers inside. And there are a number of vents on the outside in which the sound escapes and goes directly into your ears. On the outside of each bud, you do have multimedia controls. So there's a double tap action as well as a tap and hold, which takes 3 seconds. In my opinion, that 3 seconds is a bit too long. I wish we could customize that, maybe bring that down to 1 or 2 seconds, but the shortcuts are fully customizable. As far as battery life goes, you get 7 hours of playback on a single charge and an additional 21 hours from the charging case. Speaking of the case, it is made of a matte plastic material that does pick up some fingerprints and oils, charges via USB-C on the back, and does not support wireless charging. Now, one quick thing I know you guys are probably curious is, how is the sound bleed on this? So here's a quick test at about 80% volume. So I don't know if you could hear anything, but in my experience, the sound bleed isn't too bad. Like, only if I have it at really loud volumes can someone like right next to me hear it. But yeah, you really won't be bothering anyone with these if that's what you're worried about. Now, with an open ear design, there's gonna be a lot of strengths and weaknesses. And one of the strengths of these buds is comfort. Because they're so lightweight and they sit on top of your ears, they become very comfortable and sort of become a part of you after about 30 minutes. I remember one time I wore these for like 4 hours straight, and then at a certain point I stopped playing music and I completely forgot that they were there. It wasn't until I went to go itch my ear and then I felt a piece of plastic there and I was like, oh shoot, I'm still wearing these earbuds. So yeah, these are really comfortable, and there are few, if any, ANC earbuds that can replicate that same feeling. So yeah, comfort is a huge factor on these, and another factor is gonna be fit. So with active noise canceling earbuds, I've already mentioned this, they can fall out, especially in like hot, sweaty, or like active conditions. More often than not, with AirPods, I find myself constantly adjusting them just to get them to stay in my ears, whereas with the ear hook, these have been proven to be some of the most stable earbuds. These will stay in place no matter the condition. So yeah, these are definitely some of the most comfortable and secure earbuds that I've ever tested. And I think part of the comfort has to do with the natural built-in transparency mode. So when I say transparency mode, I don't mean that these buds have a transparency mode. I just mean that since they don't block your ears, it's sort of like this built-in transparency mode. And this is another huge strength for these buds. So most active noise canceling earbuds will come with some sort of transparency mode where it pipes in sound from the outside world. But with a lot of earbuds, that transparency mode tends to take a lot away from your actual natural hearing ability. One test that I like to do is called the finger rub test. You can actually do this test right now. So go ahead and rub your fingers next to your ears and see how loudly you can hear your fingers rubbing. Now, currently I have the Beats Studio Buds in my ears and the rubbing is really faint. I'm also gonna test these with the WF-1000XM5s. Again, the finger rubbing is really faint, and even as I'm talking now, the buds are like falling out of my ears, which again, point to the problem of secure fit. All that to say, transparency mode in ANC earbuds can be a little bit lacking, especially in directionality and sensitivity. However, with the Shokz Openfits, even though they do cover a bit of your ears, you basically retain all of your hearing. And so With the finger rub test, they pass with flying colors, and I've even seen like delivery drivers and mailmen work with these buds in their ears. Which, by the way, Shokz puts on their website that you probably shouldn't drive with these buds in, but it just goes to show you how good these buds are at maintaining situational awareness for you. But now we get to the first weakness of these buds, and that is sound quality. When you put these buds on for the very first time, you'll notice that they lack a lot of bass and immersion. And this should be obvious because they don't create any sort of seal in your ears, unlike ANC earbuds with their ear tips. So there's a little bit of that trade-off. I'd compare these to the original AirPods. It's a very similar experience where those first gen AirPods did have good clarity and volume, but they did lack bass and immersion. Now, when you compare these buds to bone conduction earbuds, these actually perform a lot better. I tried a pair of bone conduction earbuds last year, and these are better by a mile. They have better mids, better bass, and just better volume in general. And these also come with an app where you can customize your own EQ profile, and I found like a slight V-shaped curve to work the best for me. And then we get to the second weakness of these buds, which is noise control. Obviously, these are not gonna have noise canceling. So really, if you're more sensitive to noise, or if you live in a noisy neighborhood, or just hate noise in general, you may wanna have another pair of ANC earbuds to supplement these. And also, I found that using these at the gym, since they don't block out outside noise, if your gym plays music like really loudly, you're also gonna hear that. So if you prefer a more immersive listening experience, these buds may not be right for you. Now here is a quick mic test for the Shokz Openfits, and they do sound pretty good in my opinion. And I'll also include a comparison clip here with the AirPods Pro 2s. All right, let's wrap this video up. Okay, so to wrap this video up, let's answer the question of who are these buds for? So there's sort of two groups of people. The first group of people is maybe you don't like using regular ANC earbuds. For whatever reason, maybe you don't like inserting ear tips into your ears. Either you find that uncomfortable, create pressure, or constantly fall out of your ears. Ear hooks are great and they're worth a shot. The second group of people is gonna be for those people who need to be situationally aware during the day, but also wanna enjoy some music at the same time. I've already mentioned delivery workers, but also construction workers I've seen using these, or maybe you're a stay-at-home parent with toddlers running around or pets running around. Maybe you're doing some gardening in the backyard and you just wanna listen to some music without bothering other people. These buds are great. Also, the most obvious use case is for outdoor sports enthusiasts. Now, on the other side, you maybe shouldn't get these buds if you're looking for a really immersive and bassy music experience, or if you're looking for noise canceling. Those should be obvious. But also, these buds don't support multi-point connect. So if you want to use these with two different devices, you're gonna have to disconnect and reconnect, which can be a little bit of an inconvenience. Additionally, I've tested the latency performance on these and they're not the best, so I wouldn't recommend like video editing with these. But yeah, these are the Shokz Openfits. Links for these will be down below. I know this video is sponsored, so it's not really meant to be a full-on review, but more of like an overview. So definitely do your own research and check out the links below to learn more. Consider subscribing if you aren't already, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.